G'day everyone, it's Pete for Pete's Investing, January 25th. We're talking about the weekly share review across Australia, Europe and the US. Beginning with the Commonwealth Bank of Australia. Again, this is 15-minute charts we're looking at. And in terms of our strategy, what we're following the CCI entry and exit points, and also doing some averaging down. Please refer to the videos in the descriptions below for reference for those techniques we use. So here we're just talking about the what's happening in the last few days regarding these individual shares. So again, looking at the Commonwealth Bank, it entered the trade back last week, and it's moving in a sideways direction. Although it did, so far today it's been going sideways. Not much activity there. Next, we look at BHP. BHP Australia. Likewise, that entered back middle of January, and it's moving in a sideways direction. So again, very little movement either way, up or down, for BHP. Next, we're looking at Johnson & Johnson on the US market. Again, when we're trading blue chip shares. We're not referencing penny stocks. So if the market goes sideways or in a downwards situation, then we're collecting dividends, hence the blue chip strategy. Here we are with Johnson & Johnson. It entered here at $161. We bought 12 shares. According to this, we're buying $2,000 worth of shares at every trade. And here it exited at $161. So it made very little gain on that one, because the strategy now is to exit when the CCI moving average of 20 is below the zero line. So here you can see there, it finished up at $616, and it began at $610. So I made about $6, excluding brokerage, of course. So very little action on Johnson & Johnson. JPMorgam, again on the US market. This one had some activity a few weeks ago, entered there middle of December, and exited there after stock adjustment. So it did make a bit of a profit. No activity in terms of entry since. As you can see there, the CCI has dropped below the zero line. So possible entry in the coming days. Lastly, from the US market, let's look at Caterpillar. Again, the market's moving sideways. Held position there for some time, back in the middle of December, closed out there. Nice little profit. Closed out at $2,071. Again, remember our baseline is $100,000, and it opened up at $19.77. So it made a nice couple $100, about $100 profit there. As you can see, the CCI is below the zero line, so no entries at this point, but let's keep an eye on it for the coming days. Let's go into Europe. Telefonica. So again, we're still waiting on an entry. We closed out there, very little movement, and we're still waiting on entry for this this coming days possibly. Lastly, Volkswagen. This is doing a bit better. Entered back here, middle of January. And the profit's doing quite well at the moment. So it hasn't closed out yet. So that's going in a nice little direction. That's it for now for this week's review of those particular stocks across Europe, the US and Australia. Remember, for the actual strategies, refer to the simple trading strategy using the CCI and the averaging down technique from our links below. And we'll be reviewing more shares and the indexes and some gold in other videos, again referencing in the links below. Thanks everyone. I'll speak to you next week.